Nobody knows what's going to happen in the election tomorrow, guys. Nobody. Hey, this is Cliff, and welcome back to the Takedown. And I thought it'd be important to sort of share some knowledge, okay? I used to work at polling firms when I started my career in this business, and you have screener questions at the beginning. For example, you want to make sure somebody's 18 years old, because then they aren't somebody who can legally vote. You also ask screeners to make sure who has voted in the past. So you'll say, did you vote in the past? You want to make sure if it's a midterm election like this one, they voted in the last midterm, or you kind of discount and don't believe they're really going to be a likely voter. You do the same thing, you may ask, have you voted in the last two elections? And use that as a screener. So here's the thing. They cannot capture younger voters who have just become eligible to vote and those who are voting for the first time or the second time often. Well, you'd say to yourself, no biggie, right? Except for it is a biggie, because after years of sort of wanting to get younger voters to turn out at levels that matched their power, they did it. People can dismiss them and attack them like Republicans do and try to make laws like they are here in Ohio that even if you turn 18 that same year, you can vote when you're 17 if you haven't yet turned 18. You just have to turn 18 that calendar year. Yeah, they're doing that because they realize younger voters, rightfully so, are tolerant and like people different than themselves and actually, hate them. Republicans, old white guys who think that everyone should think, look, act, eat, pray, and every other dumb thing just like them. Okay, so here's where we come to the polling now. Do I think, first of all, there's some Republican partisan polls. Republicans do this to screw with everything, and they've made it so the polling averages are worse for Democrats because they put all these polls into the mix to screw with averages from right-wing outfits. So you take those out. But even nonpartisan polls show that there's a Republican lean, and that's accurate. Some of the kinds of people that are sort of, I call them moderately conservative men, some have left the Republican Party, some will split their tickets, some go right back to the Republicans. I'd say the majority of them. And so these polls are probably coming pretty close to accurately reflecting that. What they're not reflecting, though, at all, is younger voters, likely younger voters of color, and even a surge in women. They can't catch. And let me give you your first example. The Kansas abortion referendum that happened about 4 or 5 months ago. According to all these pollsters, it was going to go right down to the wire. Who knew who could win? Except for when we won 59-41, an 18-point rout, because younger voters, Gen Z voters, broke records in turnout. They had never turned down those numbers even in general elections. Women who were voting went up by 7 points. Same exact thing happened in New York 19, the district where they had the special election. The polls said the Republicans were going to win by 2 points. I think it's around 2 points. They lost by between 8 and 9 points, a 10 to 11 point swing. Again, younger voters. And you'll see groups, younger voter groups, voters of tomorrow, others who are talking about this right now, and they don't seem nervous at all because they see these trends. And you can look into these numbers, how far up we are in certain states. It's not to say that tomorrow is going to be as good as 2018. It won't be where the Democrats are the party in power, and that's the way these things work. Our messaging is still not what it should be. It's not coordinated. It doesn't hit hard enough, although we've done a lot better, particularly on the issue of women's rights, reproductive justice, and birth control and those kinds of things. We haven't told our economic story enough. Please watch my last video about the astounding truth about Biden's record, because the media has refused to tell people all of the amazing things, record-breaking job growth last year, record-breaking unemployment going down by record-breaking numbers, poverty going down by record-breaking numbers, that kind of thing. Please watch that video and you'll get a good taste of it. And that's mostly the media's fault, but it's also Democrats to a certain degree. We don't talk about ourselves enough and our successes. All of this leads to the fact that you've got all of these ridiculous mainstream media outlets, the New York Times, the Washington Post, these guys that get everything wrong all the damn time. And they're out there saying, red wave, red wave. Well, if you go and you watch people who actually do this for a living and follow it, there's no red wave yet. Yeah, the House is going to be really close and Democrats could lose the House, which is why every single person voting or watching this should not only vote, get their parents to vote, get their friends to vote, get their kids to vote. If they're of age, all your friends, share these videos, get them to go out and vote. House is going to be very close. The Senate, we actually even could pick up a couple seats. We could pick up some governorships and state legislative seats. You know why? Because all the numbers coming in so far are saying the exact same thing. Younger voters are breaking records again. We will not know for sure until Tuesday or Wednesday, but those are the patterns we're talking about. So no doom and gloom, no letting like old white guys on TV make you think, oh, we're going to get crushed. We're not. The fact of the matter is it's going to be really close because it's the party in power always gets punished in off here, and yet we are coming back and fighting back against it by sending so many people out there to vote. So younger voters, again, voters of color, women, get out, vote, because we could be in for a shock. We could hold the House. We could pick up 3 or 4 Senate seats. These are all things that are possible if our numbers get out there. We have the numbers. We are the majority. There's a reason they try to suppress the vote and trick people and pull all these other tricks, like not letting 17-year-olds turning 18 vote in Ohio, this thing on the ballot. You know why? Because of the simple fact that when everybody votes, Republicans lose.